In recent years, construction company Downer New Zealand has increased its focus on mental health and wellbeing.
We looked at what was happening in our own business a few years ago, and we saw a decline in people's mental health and well-being. And we wanted to intervene in a meaningful way.
Rather than just treat mental health as a problem to be solved, Steve used it as an opportunity to develop his people and business.
Imagine the type of business you would have if you got the best out of every person. Actually, imagine the society we would have if we got the best out of every person. So I think businesses need to be able to flex, the policies and procedures need to be able to flex within reasonable boundaries just to allow people to bring their whole selves to work and for the business to support that whole self in its progression.
Downer has a broad range of initiatives to meet the different needs of its workers. At one end, this includes support for those suffering domestic violence or struggling with literacy and numeracy problems.
So what we've done as a key part of our journey is give people opportunities at those levels to come into our business, accept them as a whole person and create opportunities for them to get away from that survival mode, going from survival to thriving at work.
At the other end, it offers leadership and mentoring programs.
Likewise, we're looking at then how do we support the people that are in the business and well established to give them an ambition focus on what they can achieve and foster that into high performance over the course of time.
Construction has the highest rate of suicide of any New Zealand industry, attributed in part to its macho culture.
We've got 20 years of reports that say our industry is combative by nature, and that's the nature of the contracts that we sign up to, and highlighting that's done a lot of damage to the industry.
At an industry level, Steve has been working with others to change that culture through groups like Construction Health and Safety New Zealand and the Construction Accord. He's also now willing to make hard commercial calls to protect the well-being of his people.
Occasionally we have to walk away from things and we have to walk away from contracts and customers. That's tough for me, it's tough for our people, but if we want to move forward, it's one of the things we really have to challenge. I think in terms of leadership, it's vital.
So what's been the payoff from Downer's investment in mental health and well-being?
I've seen people come off benefit now leading significant operations. I've seen people come through to Arafanaki, our multi-leadership course, now progressing to be great leaders at work and in their communities. I've seen youth come through Mana i Mahi and take their first job in our subcontract supply chain. And I've seen a new batch of young professionals who have developed the humility, the competency and the passion to not only change our lives at work, but to change the industry we work in.
Steve says experience has taught him that leaders need to take their people with them when it comes to mental health initiatives.
If you go on the journey with your people, whether that's participating in a sports event or looking to help the progression of people, I think it's satisfying to the CEO and good for the business. And that's what leadership's really all about.
This case study is not a template. It is an example of how a CEO and organisation can take action to improve mental health and well-being at work. It has been designed to spark discussion between the CEO and their team. After watching this video, download the Forum's Guide to Mental Health at Work. Then discuss these questions. Steve demonstrated a clear sense of the CEO's obligation to protect their people by walking away from some work. He also demonstrated a clear sense of the opportunities that can arise from helping people thrive at Downer. What's your mindset in approaching mental health and well-being? Obligation or opportunity? Downer uses a range of well-being activities. This reflects an organisation playing the full field of mental health at work. The Forum's Guide suggests CEOs should be working in 4 ways: to protect, foster, support, and reclaim the well-being of their people. Looking at your approach, how effectively are you playing the full field across the 4 areas of activity?